Good evening. My name is Chelsea Rubel. The date today is going to be 3/22/20. I have some, unfortunately, unillustrated different types of tissue pictures because we are unable to print. FedEx is not open with coronavirus, so I am showing you my non-illustrated tissue photos that I will be utilizing during my video. Excuse the email. Okay, so to get started, I will be discussing cells and tissues. As I learned, cells, we have over 200 different types of cells in the body. Some of those cells are going to be epithelial cells, nerve cells, white blood cells, red blood cells, and stem cells. While there's all these different types of cells in our body to kind of create our makeup, some of those cells really help to make up the different types of tissues. For example, epithelial tissues is made up of all types of cells. They're really tightly compacted cells, as I can show you in my photo. They are really compacted, different types of cells. As you can see in this photo, some of these cells for epithelial tissue, the one side is going to be flat, while the other side is going to help to be really adhered to a connective type of tissue. So these epithelial cells will be found in numerous different places in our body, but three main common places are going to be on the epidermis. So not only the epidermis, but also going to be within the male urethra. You're going to find them in the salivary glands and also the outlining of the bladder. So that's going to be epithelial cells. So then we have connective tissue. That was epithelial tissue, sorry. So then we're going to have connective tissue. So connective tissue, which we will see here, is going to be this fibrous looking tissue. The cells really have these like almost, I wouldn't say striations because they're not, but these connective branches that really like designate what the connective tissue looks like. So when we think about connective tissue, we're going to think about the three most common places of that, which is going to be bones, ligaments, and like the synovial. So even though all of these different types of areas of connective tissue you would want to say are like one particular, I guess, view or what it would look like, so to speak, really all of it is made up of something that you wouldn't think is necessarily connective tissue. Bone, it looks like different matter, but it is a connective tissue. Adipose tissue, it doesn't look like bone necessarily, but it is a different type of connective tissue. Same thing for synovium, that you would think is not part of the connective tissue, but it is. So connective tissue really plays a valid role in really that supporting part of our body, whether it be our internal organs or just our body structure in general. Connective tissue is there to help. So then the next one is going to be muscle tissue. So back to our photos, sorry. This is going to be the example of muscle tissues. So muscle tissues really are really a contraction or shortening of that kind of tissue that helps with movement of the body. So when we think about movement of the body, so you're going to see muscle tissues in expressions of the face, really where they adhere to the bone, so movement in the jawline to help with facial expressions. That's where we're going to see different types of muscle tissue. Also around the wall of the heart, that cardiac muscle tissue, and then smooth muscle tissue, which is going to be something like in the stomach that really helps with that contracture. That's going to be muscle tissue. So the last one is going to be the nerve tissue. So the nerve tissue, as I'll show you, is going to be a large cellular structure. It follows with branches, so to speak, axons, and dendrites. They are going to look like branches coming out. So we're going to see those different types of nervous tissue or nerve tissues in the brain and the spinal cord, and also in our nerves. So as you can see in this non-illustrated photo, you're going to have that cell body, and then the axon, and then the dendrites that really come out of